All right, Aria, we are on. What are we reading today?
Hercules.
Hercules. We're doing this old school style. No fancy, at least somewhat fancy, edits. We're just going to read the story as is. Reading Disney's Hercules. There's a lot of historical inaccuracies here, but it's all good. Long ago, in ancient Greece, powerful gods battled against monstrous creatures called Titans. The Titans loved to make trouble. They caused huge earthquakes and giant tidal waves. So Zeus, king of the gods, zapped them with his mighty thunderbolts and locked them away. Peace was restored, and from high atop Mount Olympus, the gods ruled the world. I like going to Mount Olympus. And many years later, Zeus's wife, the goddess Hera, gave birth to a baby boy named Hercules. Zeus was very happy and very proud. His son was strong, just like him. To celebrate Hercules' birth, all the gods gathered around to see the baby and give him gifts. Zeus made a special gift for his son out of clouds. A winged horse. Winged? Or is it winged? Is it winged or winged? Named Pegasus. But not everyone was happy for Zeus. There was one god who did not like him at all. He was Hades, Lord of the Underworld. Alright, hold on just 1 second. The dog is doing something. He always does that.
He's eating under the thing.
He's not eating under it. Hold on a second. Oh, that's Hades.
Why do I think that person's from The Little Mermaid?
Hades decided that he would take over Olympus and make Zeus his prisoner. When the time was right, he would unleash the Titans. To find out if his strategy would work, Hades went to see the Fates. Those are the Fates. The Fates were 3 sisters who shared one eye and could see the future. They told Hades that he would defeat Zeus in 18 years when the planets lined up.
The once proud Zeus will finally fall, and you, Hades, will rule them all,
the Fates chanted. There was just one catch. If Hercules fought against the Titans, Hades' plan would fail. Well, then along came Zeus. Sorry, I just like that song. It's a lot of words. Hades decided to get rid of little Hercules. The Lord of the Underworld sent his henchmen, Pain and Panic, to steal the baby and feed him a potion that would make him human. Pain and Panic went to Mount Olympus and snuck into Hercules' room. They grabbed the baby and took him down to Earth, where they started to feed him the potion. After a while, they were interrupted by a kindly older couple named Amphitryon and Alcmene. I want to say Alcmene. Pain and Panic ran away and left Hercules behind. The couple decided to adopt the baby. When they saw the gold medallion of the gods around his neck, they knew Hercules was not a normal boy. Because he hadn't finished the potion, Hercules was still as strong as a god, but now he was human. As Hercules grew into a teenager, a very awkward teenager, he was strong, but he was also clumsy. He did his best to fit in, but something always happened to make him stand out. When he tried to play a simple game of catch, he knocked over the stone pillars in the marketplace. Hercules knew he didn't belong. Seeing how sad he was, Amphitryon and Alcmene, I think that's how you say your name, told their adopted son about his past and the medallion they had found around his neck. Maybe the gods will have the answers, Hercules said when he saw the medallion. He decided to go to a temple and find out. The temple of Zeus. And then in the temple, Hercules called out to the statue of Zeus and demanded to know the truth. When a mighty bolt of lightning, the statue came alive. "Is this the greeting you give your father?" Zeus asked. Then he explained that Hercules was his son. He said that if Hercules could prove himself to be a true hero on Earth, he could return to Mount Olympus. Zeus told Hercules to go and find Philoctetes, who would help train him. As the young man turned to go, Zeus let out a loud whistle. Suddenly, Pegasus appeared. The winged horse, yeah, was all grown up. Hercules hopped up on the horse's back and set out to find the famous Philoctetes. Hopefully they start calling him Phil. Oh, there it is. Philoctetes, or Phil, agreed to train him. He made Hercules practice rescues and learn to control his strength. After a lot of training, Phil thought the young man was ready to be tested. So they went to the city of Thebes. With a B, not thieves as in people who take things. On the way, Hercules saw a woman being chased by a centaur, a beast that was half man and half horse. This was his chance to be a hero. He battled the centaur and won. At the battle, a woman named Megara saw that Hercules had I don't know what just happened there. Megara saw what Hercules had done and was impressed. My friends call me Meg. I'm not going to do her voice. My friends call me Meg, she told him. Hercules fell instantly in love. How, though? But there was something he didn't know. Meg worked for Hades, the Lord of the Underworld. Hades had been keeping an eye on Hercules. The young man had been saving people all over ancient Greece and had never gotten hurt. I won't say never, but whatever. Hades needed to get Hercules out of the way, so he forced him to battle the Hydra, another frightening monster. The Hydra was fierce and dangerous, but it was no match for Hercules. Hades was furious, so he sent Meg to find Hercules' weakness. Meg and Hercules spent a wonderful afternoon together. Until I met you, Hercules told Meg, I felt so alone. They hugged. Hades realized that the two were in love and saw his chance. He went to Hercules and told him that unless he gave up his strength for 24 hours, Meg would get hurt. Hercules didn't want anything to happen to Meg, so he agreed. The downfall of many a mighty man. Now that Hercules was out of the way, it was time to unleash the Titans from their prison. With a zap, Hades sent all but one after Zeus. He saved the one-eyed Cyclops for Hercules. The Cyclops headed for Thebes to destroy Hercules and the city. Hercules was weak and could not fight the one-eyed beast. The Cyclops quickly bruised and battered the young man. Just when he was about to give up, Hercules saw a burning tree branch. He used it to blind the Cyclops, who fell into the sea. Hercules had won again, this time by using his head. His brain. He used his head in another battle. Anyway, as Hercules celebrated his victory, a damaged column began to fall. Meg, who had come to find Hercules, pushed the hero out of the way. The pillar fell on her with a loud crash. Because Meg had been hurt, that meant Hercules got his strength back. Leaving Meg with Phil, Hercules headed from Mount Olympus to stop Hades and the Titans. He managed to defeat the Titans, but in the meantime, Hades found Meg and threw her into the pit of souls. That's what that is.
Why?
Because he's the Lord of the Underworld. Hercules knew he had to save her. Hades watched gleefully as the hero dived into the pit of souls. No mortal has ever made it out alive. As Hercules swam after Meg, he began to grow older and weaker. Before long, he was near death. Turn the page. Oop. Okay, well, we know it was a happy ending, but we just had to figure out how. Anyway, with his last bit of strength, Hercules rescued Meg. He had proven he was a true hero. Now he could go home to Mount Olympus. But instead, Hercules decided to stay on Earth. He belonged with Meg, after all. And apparently that's the end of the story. Now, without pointing out the historical I guess not historical, but the mythical inaccuracies, yeah, without pointing out all of those things, let's just try to make sense of this right here, okay? All right. So he decided to stay with her after she clearly tricked him, but I guess because she was also in love with him, that makes it all okay. Even though she initially was not trying to do anything positive for him whatsoever, but trying to deliberately trick him into giving up his power. I don't know. And what exactly did he do to make her love him other than just like be a hero in general, which he was already being? I mean, he saved her. Well, that was a trick. That was a trick in the first place. But he did do a lot of heroic things after he defeated the centaur. You know, and then, why did he, of all people, because he was super strong and nothing else, manage to defeat all the Titans by himself, while all the rest of these people, who apparently are the gods of various things, couldn't defeat the Titans together, including Zeus? Like, I don't know how that's possible, because Zeus is supposed to be super strong too, right? Am I tripping? Ari? You're not paying attention, are you? Typical bedtime story banter. I go on my little rants, and Arya doesn't pay attention.
Tired.
It feels good to go back to the classics. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good night.
And then subscribe.